You are live. It says, hello, guys. What's up? Can you let me know if the microphone works? Because I literally just upgraded the microphone. Maybe it's not working. You guys hear me okay? It's nice and clear? Ah, nice. Should be louder, though. Is it super quiet or it's okay? Darth. What's up, Darth Samurai? Long time no see. It's been a week. Let's smack this. It's way too bright. Need to get some kind of lamp cover. Way too bright out here. Anyways, we're back here on the Sunday lives. I absolutely enjoy these every week. Just a casual hangout. Got the wine again. Same wine. This is how you know I don't drink every day. Because it's 3 weeks running. I'm having the same French wine. And let me tell you, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Uh, maybe one day we will get a wine sponsor for these lives and we'll have some different wine. Um, but yeah, today I thought I would just talk about all kinds of things, depending on what you ask in the chat, obviously. But I put fitness, style, fashion, and life, because that's kind of, I mean, life is life, but fitness and fashion, those are two things that I'm kind of into recently. Trying to also kind of broaden my content for it to not just be strictly about muscle building and fat loss, even though that's going to be, still the 80%. I still want to branch out into some other topics. So, style, fashion, just life advice. So, we could make it kind of broad today. So, hit me up with your questions. We got Darth. We got only the one and only. What's up, man? Um, Shiva, Onjira. Where are you guys joining in from? I think in the US right now, it's going to be way too early for people to join. Most of my audience, my biggest audience is the US, so it's kind of hard uh, to catch those guys. But otherwise, I'd have to do my lives in the morning, and then they would have to join in the evening. And I'm not sure how fun it would be if I started the lives in the morning. We got our first question. How is your jiu-jitsu journey going on, man? Yeah, jiu-jitsu, would love to see some of your matches. Yeah, my jiu-jitsu journey is going well in the sense that I'm enjoying jiu-jitsu. I'm being consistent, I'm improving, and I've been that way for the past 3 years, 3.5 years now. So in that sense, it's going well. I'm not going to a lot of competitions or anything because um, I might go to one. Sort of, I'm nearing that stage where I feel like I want to test myself against other blue belts. I think I'd regret it if I didn't and I got a purple belt without ever competing. So I may do one, and in that case, I'll probably film it. But I'm not big on competitions. The risk reward ratio is just, it's kind of not there for me, right? I could win a local jiu-jitsu tournament and, feel good about myself and maybe make an Instagram post, but the downside could be I injure my arm or my shoulder or my neck. And honestly, like as somebody that, makes videos and using my body is a big part of my profession, just that risk reward ratio, I keep thinking about it. I'm like, what do I get from it? Right? Other than that, testing myself. Like, so not big on the competition scene with jiu-jitsu. I'm very much a hobbyist. I'm not that good. I also think I'm not terrible. So that's how it's going. Yeah. Main thing though with jujitsu, with most hobbies, is like, can you find a way where you can stay consistent with it and enjoy it? And I do. Now, I don't enjoy jujitsu all the time because, like with anything, there's always going to be periods where you're like, I don't enjoy this. I'm showing up. I'm not really improving. Everyone's improving except me. Like, you're going to get those periods. What you going to do? Just in those periods, I always say, just focus on showing up and let the enthusiasm come back, because it will if you just keep showing up. But I've seen so many people just give up right at that point when it starts to get boring. Except if you know that that period comes for everything you do, then you would just wait it through, right? Hello, Wanhee. What's up, Onjira? Where are you from, Onjira? Hello, bro. Hello, HC for life. Magnificent sales. We need Chicken Garage to join. Yeah, Darth. We do. We do. Chicken Garage is might join later. I actually know Chicken Garage. Uh, she's part of my coaching community, so we had a good laugh about how I was giving her shit, thinking she was some random YouTube person, and she was right in my coaching community. It's good fun. Um, yeah, Poland, HC, you're joining in from Poland. Magnificent from US, Brazil. Wow. Hello from Lebanon, Nepal. Truly global. I mean, how else can you meet people from Poland, US, Brazil, Lebanon, and Nepal and India, right? That's the power of YouTube right here. Yeah, that's cool. Lebanon. Very cool. Hello from French overseas territory of Guyane. Guyane. Wow, where is that? French overseas territory of Guyane? Guyane, I don't even know where that is. What's what's the food like there in Guyane? Paul Kerouac. Good name that. Grave Rave. What's good, mate? What's up, Grave Rave? What's up? You going to some grave raves? Grave means like I think it means like sick in French. So grave rave probably means like a really good rave. It's Anura. Bro, can I get in shape with just adjustable dumbbells up to 40 kg each and adjustable bench? Yes, you can get in shape. You can get in pretty damn good shape if you know what you're doing with it. It's like equipment is equipment. It doesn't matter if it goes up to 20 kg, 40 kg, 80 kg. If you know what to do with it, if you have a system to progress in strength, and you do the right things over time, then of course you can get in shape, right? You want to think in terms of what are the principles that makes me build muscle and what are the principles that make me lose fat. And then whatever equipment or tool you have, you can use it with those principles to get to your goals. Remember, dumbbells, barbells, these uniform, clean gym equipment was only invented in the last however many years. Have we got any anthropologists here? Like, how many years ago was like modern gym equipment made? Probably like what? Give it like 300 years max, probably less. Do you imagine in 1700s in like Prussia, they were doing like barbells? Like maybe in Prussia they were. Really? Barbells? Like they probably trained with some weights, right? But if you go far back, humans were probably healthier, higher testosterone, more ripped, um, and they didn't need this because they were not necessarily training with the current bodybuilding principles, but they were training, getting stronger. So the equipment is just the equipment. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Shiva, you should definitely take part in tournaments just for the experience, and you can pretty much avoid major injuries there. Yes, Shiva. Do you compete? What belt are you in jiu-jitsu? Okay, you better be at least a purple belt. You out there giving me advice, yeah? Uh, maybe Shiva's a black belt. Anyways, yeah, I mean tournaments. I feel like the thing that I like about tournaments and competitions is that it you do enter another level of intensity, right? Like that you will never find in your training. And I experienced that already, even competing as a white belt. So, and I think there's something very profound about competing against another person, like essentially with rules, but like you're trying to strangle each other and break each other's arms. So I do see there's value in that. Um, but yeah, I mean, is it worth it? Is it worth it for me? Like the cost of me injuring my shoulder and being out of the gym for 3 to 6 months versus like let's say I win and it's like a IBJJF freaking Soul tournament, which by the way is happening. So maybe I'll sign up to that. Like winning that would be cool. I don't think I could. I really don't think I could win. I'm in a weight class that is very very competitive and yeah. So it's just the risk reward ratio. Hey, bro, it's fun. Hi from Bangkok. Where are we? I'm lagging behind here. Yeah, guys, drop your questions, fitness questions, style questions, fashion stuff, life questions, and we'll jump right into it. Germany, joining in from Germany. Nice. Germany, it must be like just after lunch. Bangkok, you're in the evening, just like me. That's the problem with living in a simulation. You get bored, so you have to constantly mix it up. What the hell are you talking about, magnificent sales? I think you were here last week. What the hell are you talking about living in a simulation? So, guys, do you think we're living in a simulation? Who thinks we're living in a simulation? You listen to enough simulation theory, you'll start to actually believe it. It starts to make sense, a lot of sense, actually. Bro, can I get in shape? Okay, you already asked that. US 7:30 a.m. Yeah, 7:30 a.m. on a Sunday. You guys are the real ones. Onjira. I think you were here last week as well, maybe. Jason, what's up, Chicago? Yeah, it's early. England. England, mate. Brit living in Taiwan. Nice. What you doing in Taiwan? I heard they got really good food in Taiwan, actually. Should I invest in a pull-up bar for vertical pull-up or rowing is enough? Yeah, 100% invest in a pull-up bar. It's like the best home equipment, gym equipment, bar none. Bar none. Yo, Kim, what's the highlight on your stories? You playing the piano. You should post more, man. Flawlessly play. Yeah, gee, thanks, man. My piano skills are not good at all. That was back in the day. That was a long time ago. I had it on my highlights. I basically never learned the piano, but I learned it like how you memorize notes. So I had a friend who was learning piano that way, who was my roommate, and I was just like, that sounds so sick. I want to learn this Chopin piece, Nocturne Opus 9 number 2. That was the first one I learned. And I don't know how to read music. I don't know keys and all that stuff. I literally memorized finger to finger, note to note, where it had to go in what timing. Because I know the sound, I know the song, the music. So I just play it and like put my own like emotion into it. And at a certain point, I think it was quite good. But whenever I showed it to a person that like actually properly learned piano, they were like, it's really like it's fine. They didn't say it was really good, but they were like, your fingers are so stiff because I'd be jumping like this. And if you see piano players who are actually good, their fingers aren't like stiff jumping from one to one. Their fingers are kind of like flowy and like ooh, you know. So yeah, it's basically a botch job. But thanks for the tips, mate. Alkmaar 24. Hey, Wanhee, Arman. What's up, Arman? Arman's part of my coaching program as well. Absolutely killing it. The guy's doing 90 kg inclines. I mean, shit. Just about to go for a walk in the sun while listening to this live stream. Awesome. Yeah, guys, these lives are just like super casual. Um, yeah, just chilling. So tune in, tune out, whatever you want. You can get in shape if you're getting that stimulus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shiva, what belt are you? Staying silent tells me you're a white belt telling me what to do, huh? Just kidding. Do you think bulking works for everyone? I lean bulked for 2 years, 58 kg to 73 kg, tracking protein, trained to failure, standard exercises, yet gained mostly fat, little strength, and looked pregnant. God damn it, man. Dude, what the hell? Did you not watch my videos over the last 2 years? Okay. When you bulk and when you cut, there's one thing you should always focus on, and that is maintaining/gaining strength in the gym. The fact that you became pregnant while gaining fat, okay, and I imagine you say you looked pregnant, so you didn't actually get pregnant. It means you just ate tons and you didn't actually get stronger, okay? Because there's no other way that you just gain straight off fat. So what you got to do now is just make sure you get unreasonably strong. Okay, just don't train to failure, train close to failure, get really strong on all the standard exercises, and then eat at a deficit again. Is YouTube your main source of income? It is not, I'm afraid. YouTube actually, like, if we talk about income, YouTube doesn't actually give you that much, just because it's purely AdSense, right? But YouTube is the main source of um, traffic, if you understand the internet business term. Like, it's the main source of traffic to my business, which is a coaching business. I coach guys on how to build a lean and aesthetic body. Okay, busy guys that don't want to spend hours in the gym, get super burnt out, and basically give up and repeat that cycle. Like I hope guys get consistent. Armand's part of it. We have a few guys in the community jumping in here, so you can ask them how it's going. Sisyphus rolled a big boulder for a workout. What the hell do you mean? Magnificent sales. You're starting to speak in absolute code. All right. Sisyphus is absolutely the guy that rolls the big boulder up a hill, and I love the I love Sisyphus, but that's neither here nor there, mate. Haha, blue belt, yeah, Shiva. How many competitions have you gone to? Right? Do you play chess? Yes, I play chess. I think my elo on chess, which is maybe not the best gauge of your skill, because maybe chess your scores are usually higher. Is I got to like 1860, so I'm not that bad, you know. I'm not that bad at chess. Like I'll beat most randomers. If you think you play chess, you roll up and you just like learn how to make the moves. Like I will beat you at chess. But if you're good, in other words, you're like 1800 or higher, then yeah, you'll beat me as well. But chess is super fun. Hey, bro, big fan from India. What's up, man? What's up? How do I manage 100 grams of protein in a place like India where all the staples are just carbs and fiber? Dude, I actually lived with Indians for a while when I was living in Milan, okay? And these Indians were making the most amazing curry. And in the curry, there was nothing other than chicken. Okay, there were vegetables and then there was chicken. So I have a bunch of Indian clients too in my coaching program, right? And they're getting great results. Neil is one example. He's doing 85 kg, 82 kg incline bench right now. Lost like 16 kg or something ridiculous like this. How can he do it? And he's Indian, right? So you got to stop using your country, your genetics, your this and that as excuses. When you live in India, okay, you got to have a lot of chicken in the curry, maybe make extra on the side, add more, and have less of the rice. Most people would do really well by just having protein with every meal, step one, and having more protein and less carb with every meal, just changing the ratio. Then you can focus on 100 grams consistent. Maybe add a shake. Shakes would be an easy way, Gotham. Gave you that answer, Gotham, because you showed up like 3 weeks in a row, man. Respect. Joshua Tennant Francis, you're from Texas. What's up? I'd really like to. I imagine TX is Texas. I'd like to go to Texas, actually. There's some good jiu-jitsu gyms in Austin, I believe. Most likely we're living a simulation, but doesn't matter if we're living in one or not. We can't do anything about it anyways. Yeah. The Matrix, baby. Yeah, we got some simulation theme running up in here. Why not? What are your thoughts on achieving OMAD 1 meal a day for weight loss for a fat white person? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're white or black or Asian. Um, it's going to come down to calorie deficit. So if 1 meal a day helps you achieve a calorie deficit sustainably and enjoyably, then it will work. If it does not allow you to achieve a calorie deficit consistently and enjoyably, it will not work. Okay, the two operative words are consistently and enjoyably. Hello from LA. What's up? Eddie. Yeah, you put Eddie there as if I should know you. I don't know an Eddie from LA, but I have been to LA. LA, you know, I went for a business trip. I wish I had more time to kind of look around LA because I think there's a lot of like interesting brands there, and obviously it's like a big fashion place in some ways. So yeah, I wish I looked around more. How to stop obsessing and feeling bad about body or future goals? Yeah, that's a difficult one. How do you stop obsessing and feeling bad about your body? Um, yeah, you gotta start changing it. You gotta start working on it. Okay. If you just sit there and you're feeling bad, then it's no good. But the moment you start working on it and you see it changing a little bit, you'll feel better about it. And the same thing goes for your future goals. I think it's yeah, that's all I'll say. Can't don't have a better answer than that. You talked about the mindset shifts that helped you get lean, but what's something you used to believe about fitness or dieting that you now think is completely wrong? Hmm. That's an interesting question. What did I believe about fitness or dieting that I now think is completely wrong? I mean, other than the things that I always say of like you need to train like crazy hard to build muscle, you need to like eat these freaking gym bro diets to get a six pack and look lean. Like all of that is bullshit. You can eat what you love, you can train 3 times a week, 1 hour at a time, what I call the lazy way, and still build like that really aesthetic body that looks good on the beach. Not huge, but good. So that's the like the official like biggest shift. Um, but other than that, like what is actually completely wrong? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe all the stuff that I usually talk about in my videos, like you need a shit ton of protein, you need to train till failure, all that stuff. I got into jiu-jitsu 2 years ago, but before that, I had a decent amount of martial arts. Cool story, Shiva. Breath Ensley. Nobody really talks about this. When do you think focusing on fitness? Yeah, I just skipped down here. Starts to have diminishing returns or even becomes harmful. Brett, I'll have you know, I actually made a video about this. Okay. When does fitness start to have diminishing returns or even become harmful? Like with these questions, though, like you're asking these questions as if like there's a line you can draw officially and objectively. Like from here it's harmful, from here it's diminishing returns. Like it's very blurry. And in one moment it is, in one moment it's not. While it's being harmful, it's also not. It's a little bit like this. It's much less black and white, right? So fitness, like anything, you can use it as a way to cope with the moment. You can literally use it as a way to stop thinking about the problems that you actually know you need to face. So you say, oh, I'll just go to the gym. I wake up, you don't want to face the anxiety, I'll just go to the gym. A lot of young people train like this and use the gym like this as a way to escape. Okay. In this sense, is it harmful? Is it harmful that the guy's at least working on his body? Maybe not. Is it harmful in the sense that maybe he's using it as a crutch to avoid the bigger questions that he needs to answer in that moment? Maybe yes. Right. So it's a case by case. Yeah. And also, I think just purely in terms of the physical and the practical level, those gym bros that just do too much gym training and then they get all like stocky and they kind of move chunky gym bro walk. I mean, to me, that's diminishing returns in terms of like your functionality, your flexibility, your athleticism. Like that's literally diminishing returns, negative returns. In fact, it's not even diminishing returns; it's negative returns. So I think, yeah, that comes down to the training philosophy and the training strategy. Um, yeah, you have to eat one composed meal for the rest of your life every day. You won't get sick of. Nutrition matters. What is it? Favorite cheat or death row meal? Bangstar, what kind of question is that? One meal. Why would I eat one meal for the rest of my life? Huh? Got all these choices. Kimchi jjigae. Who knows? Who knows what kimchi jjigae is? My cheat death row meal is 100% kimchi jjigae. I'll let you figure out what that is. It's the best thing you'll ever taste. Lastly, you only choose one carb for the rest of your life: bread, noodles, or rice. Rice, of course, yeah. Rice, because I'm Korean. Rice is the best carb, in my opinion. It goes rice, then pasta, then bread, then potato. I don't get the fuss about potato. Potato tastes so dull. In England, when I used to grow up, they used to bring out these freaking jacket potatoes. And you just put a bunch of like butter and beans and salt in it and cheese. And like when you're starving, it's good, but like it's not that good. You're eating the potato skin and they're like, oh, the skin's crispy. It's not that good. Potatoes just overrated unless it's fried, like fries, like chips. Then it's good. Good mashed potato is good, but how many times do you have good mashed potato, the one that's really creamy and actually tasty? It's quite rare. So you have mashed potato and chips, as in fries, when it comes to potato. Other variations, what do you have? Come on, what do you have? Gnocchi, what do you have? It's not that good. Roast potato is okay if you make it crunchy. I mean, it's not that good. Whereas if you go to bread already, you're talking pizzas, croissant, baguette, jambon beurre, bruschetta. You're talking about all kinds of greatness with bread, sourdough. Um, but then it can't beat spaghetti or noodles like that whole like noodle family. You get the ramens, the spaghettis. You have a whole manner of variety. Now I'm talking strictly in terms of taste. Okay, this isn't necessarily in terms of carbs or protein or whatever. And then rice is just like all of Asian food. Sushi, it's all of Korean food. So rice wins. Who disagrees? Okay, put your reasoning why you think whatever else is better than rice, and we'll see if you're right, even though it's entirely subjective. Lastly, you can only, yeah. I mean, the Sisyphus, you were talking about workout equipment when it started. Magnificent sales. I might have to kick you, man. You're making absolutely no sense. Absolute no sense. Wanhee has a nice community. I would definitely recommend it to people who are interested in being part of individuals working towards fitness goals. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, Armand knows it. 200 calorie deficit on 4K steps daily, good for initial start. Yeah, that's a great start. Great start. I like how you start small. 200 calories, 4K steps daily. Start there, mate. And then build up to 306K, and then 410K, and then keep it at that. The weekly check-in and accountability calls are helpful. Yeah, guys, if you're serious about changing your physique as we lead up to summer, check out some of the links underneath my videos. Either grab my training program, which is literally the easiest, laziest, simplest way to build an aesthetic body 3 times a week. Takes less than 3 hours. Or if you want to do it with me, join my coaching program. It is elite. NY Prodigy, been using your vids to help lean out and get stronger while being in the army for 15 years now. Much respect and appreciation from me too, NY Prodigy. As a military man myself, okay, I cannot say I'm a military man. In all honesty, I spent 18 months in the Korean military because it's compulsory for Koreans. But yeah, thanks for the kind words. I'm really glad. I actually have again another guy, Davian, who's crushing it. It took a long while for him to get in the groove, but he's in the military, and yeah, now he's doing really well. So it's good to see. The benefit, of course, of being in the army, I guess, like aside from all the downsides, is that usually there's good gyms very very close to where you are. So yeah. Is tofu good protein or is that too much estrogen? What the hell? Yeah, tofu is good protein, man. Yeah. I'm guessing you're talking about soy and estrogen. Like, I wouldn't worry that much about that. Yeah, tofu is good. Hey one, he always good seeing these lives. Christopher, see you. What's up, man? Christopher, see you. I recognize that name. Were you in my community and then you left, maybe? Always good seeing these lives. Classical pianist here. More than happy to share my piano course with you as a token of appreciation for the valuable advice over the years. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for the offer, mate. I don't really play piano anymore. I got a keyboard over there, but yeah, I haven't played in so long. Also the guitar, so the course wouldn't be of much use. But thanks for the offer anyway. Maybe I should get back into playing a little bit. Recently I watched something about Chopin, like how Chopin, like he made this piece before he left, and and like just when I'm not sure how many of you listen to classical music, but sometimes it's just really, it moves you in a different way, right? So maybe I should get back into playing it a little bit. Potato on some crispy type potato on some crispy type shit is good. Yeah, potato on some crispy type shit be good, mate. Don't disrespect the potato, and he air fryer potatoes slap hard when you're cutting. High volume, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Yeah, I mean, air fryer potato is what? Is that on the best day with mayonnaise? Japanese mayo, that's like a 7 out of 10 at best, you know? You'd never give it any more than 7 out of 10. Air fried potatoes are awesome, yeah. Guys, you guys need to expand your um horizon of foods. I have a long torso and comparably short legs. God damn it. What happened to you, mate? Which is not optimal when it comes to proportions. Hard to create the picture of longer legs compared to upper body. What would you recommend here? Yeah, mate. Clout Bay Kick is. Did you say you're from Germany? Long torso and comparably short legs. This is basically like most of Asians as well. Like I would say I had that. Um, so proportions. What would you recommend here? Just build the best body that you can. Lean and aesthetic. Get lean. You're not going to be able to change the proportion necessarily if your legs are short, right? Unless you get like some of these like lengthening surgeries. But what you can do in terms of your clothes is, let's see if we can show it. If you pull your trousers, if you have your shirt like really low like this, you've already got a long torso, and your tops all come down here, then you're gonna look like you have really short legs, which could be a look if you're going for the street look. But a lot of time, if you tuck your shirt in a way, you can see the belt line, or you pull this into a high waist. Okay, this is gonna give you the illusion of longer legs. If you want to give the illusion while being dressed, because I imagine like you're gonna be dressed most of the time, right? So high waist or tuck in your stuff. Um, unless you're going for that street look. Number one, bread. HC for life. Put a reasoning behind why you say bread for number one. Okay? If you don't give a good reason, you're going to get kicked. I shall remove you for fun. Enagahashi, rice for me. Good. Nick Poupet. Well, hello there. I wish we were on the same timeline so I could have a glass of wine with you. Yeah, what timeline are you in, Nick? You know, I could make this into a morning live. One day I actually might just do like a morning coffee, and then all the guys in the US, you guys can drink the wine. That'll be fun. Your videos drastically changed my view on how I take care of my body. Thank you. I imagine in a good way. You know, you want to expand on that? All Asians are probably rice maximalists, so many things to pair with it, so many flavors. Yeah, Darth, that's right. Maybe we should talk about music too. What kind of classical music, Wanhee? What kind of classical music? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you mean? What kind? I like Chopin. I like Rachmaninoff. I like all the famous ones. Beethoven. Yeah, I like that kind of classical music. The famous ones. Piano concerto. Tchaikovsky. And there's one piece. Maybe you guys can listen to it. If even if you don't like classical music, it would be fun to like. There's a pianist called what's his name? Horowitz. It's like this old man. He plays like a ghost. Like all these other pianists are like freaking going crazy. Like, look at me, how engrossed in the music I am, and they're just freaking doing all this and like emotional playing. And Horowitz just plays like this, like a man who's about to collapse. And it's this piece like Schubert, like I think it's 899 number 3. It's an impromptu 899 number 3. And it's so beautiful the way Horowitz plays it without all of the fanciness, without all of the movement and the facial expressions. He just plays it in a way where you can feel all the ups and downs, but they're like contained. Like the emotions are not overflowing and trying to feed you and tell you how you should enjoy the music. This part is supposed to be sad. This part is supposed to be loud. Like he's not trying to tell you nothing. He's just playing it. And it's really nice. So yeah, I like that. I like that. I like the Horowitz. I like Schubert. Never ate rice till I married a Chinese girl. Now we eat enough rice to feed a small village. Nice one, Jason. Yeah, yeah. What kind of foods do you have, man? I went to Shanghai a couple months ago, and honestly, I was shocked. Like, You guys that haven't been to China that think you know Chinese food, like with all due respect, you don't know shit about Chinese food until you've been to China. Because all the food I had, and mind you, I had Chinese food in Korea, I had Chinese food in England, I had Chinese food in the US, I had Chinese food in Italy, I had Chinese food all over Europe. And it's just it's like a fraction of a fraction and it's changed. Okay. Like some of it's just straight up Cantonese, just it doesn't even touch like mainland Chinese food. And even when you go into mainland China, China's like the size of Europe. So when you go there and you start reading the menu, start having stuff, it's not just duck and, you know, lemon chicken and egg fried rice. Like it is crazy. And it is probably, I think, I think it's up there with the best cuisine in the world. Honestly, after I went there, I was like, Chinese food is maybe number one. Such a cute face and a nice voice. What the hell? Who the hell are you, man? You might have to kick this idiot. Just kidding. Thanks, man. Rice is good, and don't we have to be concerned about arsenic levels? Magnificent sales, man. You sound like really suspicious about life. Okay, what's going into you, mate? Just relax. Enjoy a bit of rice. Have it with a bit of soy sauce. Don't worry about arsenic or estrogen. Just train hard and chillax. Listen to that Schubert piece I told you about. I heard all carbs literally turn sugar in your body, which causes insulin spikes and eventually insulin resistance. Inhibits fat loss. It's important how many meals you eat per day. Yeah, that's it's true that carbs are essentially glucose and they cause insulin spikes if you have them a lot, and that can cause insulin resistance. Yeah. So generally speaking, for most people, reducing carbs is a good idea, just because in the modern world we just have so much carb anyway in the world, right? So it's just nice to do. Have you tried Persian food? We're also a rice country and have a unique method of preparing rice with tahdig, crispy bottom, often with saffron and butter. Whew, that sounds amazing. Crispy bottom, that in Korea we call it durungji, so we have that too. But with saffron and butter, that sounds great. So, if you know of a Persian place that can do tahdig in Seoul, Armand, I'm all ears. So the crispy bit in Korea we call it durungji. In Spain they call it sokarat. In Persia, I guess they call it tahdig. It's where the taste compounds. Favorite fragrance? That's a very random question. I don't have a favorite fragrance. I have some there. I don't even know the name. I think there's one from Nautica and one like I got them as presents. I don't really use fragrance that much, so wrong person to ask. Do you have a favorite clothing brand? Um, right now, my favorite clothing brand is probably Apresse. I don't know how to say it. It's a Japanese brand, pretty recent brand that's been really popping off in this like recent kind of last 3 to 5 years, I think. Maybe they started like 5 years ago, I think. But this is a brand that really, really makes like quality clothing, but also makes it kind of vintage and respects like the vintage things, right? How the denim is washed, how how all of the clothes should look and fit from the 60s. Like they'll obsess over it and make it, but make it in like the most amazing quality. So like this cardigan, I showed it last week. This cardigan is from that brand. And it looks like the most normal cardigan, but it is so comfortable. Like when you wear it, it's a little too hot right now. I have to take this off. But when you wear it, it just feels so soft and so nice. So it's this brand, Press. They're a bit pricey, so if you're not into buying like paying money for good clothes, then don't even look at this brand because you'll just get pissed and you'll start judging people. Like, oh, I'm going to spend that much money. Why do you spend money on buying beer Hey. Anyways, yeah. So this one is a really good one. Where did we get to? Favorite clothing brand? Yeah, yeah. Do you have any insights on how male beauty and fashion standards differ in Korea and the US? Yeah. Do I have any insights? I don't know about insights, but male beauty standards differ a lot, obviously. In Korea, I would say the general male beauty standard is like we want them to look like not we as in me, but the women and the society kind of promotes like the K-pop idol, pretty boy, basically guys that look like pretty girls, but in guy format. Like that's the thing, like perfect skin, freaking who's a good example? I don't even know these Korean celebrities, right? So that's what we promote. And guys be getting plastic surgery a lot. They be wearing makeup. Honestly, they be wearing a lot of makeup. Like not there's BB cream, which is like some cream thing it's like foundation you put to hide the blemishes. But guys be going another level and drawing like lines under their eyes to fake extra like eye bags and all kinds. So we have that kind of standard. Whereas I feel like the US beauty standard for men is still like it's kind of going there as well, but it's still a little bit like maybe more masculine, more traditional masculine. But then if you think about how like it used to be James Dean, like the main figure of American beauty standard, James Dean and Clint Eastwood, like that's a kind of look like fucking masculine. And then you went to like kind of Brad Pitt and Leo DiCaprio, which is still kind of masculine, but kind of, and then now it's kind of in that Timothy Chalamet where you're kind of going into that direction of more feminine. Now, I want to take the moral judgment out of this, okay, not to make this like some gender discussion, but that's kind of where I see things going. Yeah. Love your videos, man. I've lost 12 pounds in 6 weeks doing it the right way. Hell yeah. 12 pounds in 6 weeks. That's like 5 kg, 6 kg in 6 weeks. That's too quick. Okay. So that's not doing it the right way. Double trouble. Double trouble. Slow the hell down. Okay. If you keep losing fat at that speed, you will 100% bounce back. So try to eat a bit more and go slower. I tell this to a lot of my clients. Okay. Imagine me telling most of my clients to slow down and eat more when they're trying to lose fat. That's like half of my job. I took my family of 5 to South Korea. We spent 7 days in Seoul and 3 days in Busan. Where would you recommend we go for our second visit? I'm thinking of Jeju, anywhere else. Family of 5, first of all. Nice. I would like a family of 5. I feel like five's a good number. 3 kids, maybe 5 kids, maybe 7 kids. That would be great. 7 days in Seoul, 3 days in Busan. Where would I recommend for the second visit? If you're asking about cities, I'm not the right person to ask. Just wherever you. It depends on what your family likes. Depends on what you like. Um, yeah, Jeju is good. When I travel, okay, I like to stay in a place for a long time if possible. Because then you get to find out places that you don't normally find out. You don't go to just the same tourist destinations. You're not in a rush to see the attractions or the spots that you must see. In fact, I really couldn't care less about the spots you must see. I only go there when I go with my family because I got to show my parents them and because it's their first time and stuff. But I mean, I guess it's the same for you. But the way I like to travel is like go there for like, if I go somewhere for a week or 2 weeks, I'll just stay in the same city, maybe do one day trip outside of it if I want to, and then just kind of just wander. Just wander. Flaneur. Become a flaneur. Do you ride motorcycles? If so, when do you come back? When you come back to LA, hit me up. I train people to ride. Let's do some knee dragging. Gee, goddamn, Skyrider. How am I gonna hit you up, man? I don't even know you. I don't even know your number. I don't even, you know, and I don't even ride motorcycles, but that sounds fun. I think motorcycles though, like I never had a fascination with them. Never. when I see them, I'm never like, shit, I want to do that. But when I think about it conceptually, I do want to try it because, and the reason for this is because they're maniacs. It's like jujitsu. When you never try jujitsu, you don't really get the fuss. And you meet these people that are obsessed with jujitsu, linking everything to jujitsu, and you're like, bro, just chill out. Like, you just do jujitsu. Life's not about jujitsu. Stop talking about it. Right. But there are certain things where people are freaking maniacs, like jujitsu, and I think motorcycles is another one. And in Japanese, like fashion, I guess, and style, like a lot of these guys, like they ride motorcycles, and they have these leather jackets, rider jackets, and all this kind of stuff. And so, like when I look at them, they look pretty cool. So I guess there's a little bit of interest there. Not sure about knee dragon in LA with Sky Rider though. Sound pretty crazy. All Iranian rice is made retarded. Yeah, nice, nice man. By the way, vegan Korean American bibimbap for the win. Vegan Korean bibimbap. That's that's okay. That's a that's another 7 out of 10 at best. If you're gonna have a, no offense to the vegans and vegetarians, but if you want to have bibimbap that's 8 out of 10 or more, you're gonna have to add some meat in there. That is my opinion. That is only my opinion, guys. Don't take this to mean that it's science or anything. How do you spell the brand? A press. A press. I'll let you guess that because my pronunciation is not so terrible. I stay less than I stay less than 50 carbs a day, eat veggies, finding it hard to have energy to run my 3-day full body without energy. Yeah, eat a little more, man. What is 50 carbs a day? Other than kimchi jjigae, favorite rice killer in Korean stew and soups. Mine's either sundubu or kabitang. Yeah, Bang Star, you know it. Bang Star got the Walter White emoji. What is are you Korean? Um yeah, sundubu is good. Sundubu is not my favorite actually. Favorite rice killer. He means dishes that absolutely make you destroy rice. Kimchi jjigae is my favorite. Kalbitang's pretty damn good. I like 닭볶음탕. 닭볶음탕 or 닭도리탕 is like spicy chicken soup. I be having that a lot. That is a very, very good option for protein. You basically do a whole chicken and it's spicy soup. Okay. In Korea, we boil chicken. You can have samgyetang, you can have soup, you can have 닭도리탕, and all of them have tons of protein. And if you skim the fat, not much fat. So really good protein. That's kind of what you got to do. The Indian guy who asked earlier, stop blaming the Indian food. You gotta find your way in the Indian food. Whenever I go to an Indian restaurant, I'll be having no chicken curry, lamb curry, and just chicken tandoori, chicken tikka on the side. Just increase the meat, lower the basmati and what's that lovely biryani. Yeah, Indian food is great as well. Sending love all the way from the Philippines. My man, Paul Ryan. Thanks, brother. Never been to the Philippines. A Press is a nice Japanese brand. Yeah, you know it? Do you know it, Manifesto? They're expensive. I like their pieces. Yeah, they're a little bit too expensive. Maybe just try to get it secondhand or like wait until they drop in prices or something, which I don't think they will, because they have this strategy, this brand, where they only create like very small amounts. So I went to their store in Tokyo, and like the guy that was selling me the clothes, he was like, this just came out and there's not that many left. The other sizes are sold out. And he kept telling me this, and I was like, yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, why does it matter? And then later on, I realized, like, oh, the reason he was telling me is because they don't produce that many. It's not like your usual brand where like you have loads of stock. Like when it and when it's sold out, like you can get it somewhere else. Like when a press is sold out, usually like they're not producing more, so it's actually not available. So the price on the secondhand market stays high. And it's I think it's like a marketing like that. They do that probably intentionally. But so it's just it's one of those cases where even on the secondhand market, it's more expensive than how they put it out. So I would say the best way to buy it is when you go to Tokyo. If you go to Tokyo, go to their place and just get one if you're into that. But if you don't like clothes or you think spending like you know a bunch of money on clothes, let's say like hundreds, if you think that's kind of stupid, then just don't. Just like yeah, you don't have to consider it. K-pop dudes are way big. Some with are very big. Some with young girls in US. K-pop dudes are very big with some young. Oh, you mean K-pop dudes are very popular with some young girls in the US? K-pop dudes are popular everywhere with young girls and freaking old girls and medium age girls. K-pop dudes are taking over the world, man. Trust me on this. They're taking over the world. How to get lower visible abs? Just get super lean. Okay, whatever number you thought you needed to get abs, subtract another 10 pounds from that. That's when you'll see the abs. Okay, most people just stop before they get to that stage. They're like, I should have it. I should have it. I should have it. Drop another 5 kg and you'll get there. That cardigan does look very comfy. Yeah, it's pretty comfy, mate. It's pretty soft silk. What kind of wine are you having? Italian, French, or American? I actually really like Italian wine, but this one's French. This is Bordeaux. Bordeaux 2018. Appellation Bordeaux contrôlée. Wait, what? Shouldn't it say something else? Is that what you say? Yeah. So this one's really good. I'm very, very surprised that this is a. Again, if there's any wine producers in the chat or you guys know and you want to sponsor this live, I'll take it. But I really like Italian wine because I lived in Italy for a while. So like Barolo, the grape Nebbiolo. I like Italian wine more, but it's not like I tried all the French wine and then decided, right? So today it's Italian, but today it's French, but yeah, Italian would be good as well. Um, I'm curious what styles or grapes you like, whether you prefer something full bodied or something lighter. Yeah, something lighter. Cabernet Sauvignon. Yeah. I like yeah, Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon. I don't like either of them. Like I'll drink it, it's fine. I like the grape Nebbiolo is an Italian one. I know this because I had a Barolo and there's another variation of this Barolo and there's another thing. But anyways, this kind of it's kind of very light and it's almost pink here when you it's not really pink. It's not like rosé, but it's a specific taste that I really really enjoy. Do you still read philosophy? I'm thinking of starting with some introductory books written for general audiences. Any recommendations for someone starting out? I don't still read philosophy. If you mean like reading actual philosophical texts, yeah. Any introductory books written for general audiences? I don't know, none off the top of my head. I would just go straight into it, go straight into like, don't necessarily read like introduction to philosophy, or maybe you could read history of philosophy. That will give you a big kind of outline, and then you can delve into one you like. Um, yeah. So if I had to give you one book to start with, what would it be? Any recommendations for someone's time? Maybe Nicomachean Ethics by Aristotle. Like this is like you talk about ethics. What is it to live a good life? What is it to live a bad life? Um, what is virtue? What is friendship? This kind of stuff. So it's very like it can kind of it it's not like, oh, when I see a table, is this a real table or is it sense data? Like, it's not this fucking Bertrand Russell crazy wordplay shit. It's actually like, what is good, what is bad. You're actually dealing with real stuff. So I think maybe Nicomachean Ethics or Plato Symposium, if you're into love and you want to Learn about what is love. What is love, baby? What's that song? Oh my God, we're running out of wine, guys. I was gifted an air fryer. Yeah, cool story, bro. Manifesto. I feel like 80% of progress is made in the kitchen, not in the gym. Sustainability is important, but low carb, higher protein meals you enjoy. Focus on protein and vitamin efficiency monitoring is key. Yeah, 80% of progress is not made in the kitchen. Okay. I actually like to go against the grain here and say 80% of the progress is made in the gym. The progress in the diet can only come if your gym's locked in. This is why I focus on training with all of my clients before I even talk about the diet with them. Because if you're eating too much and you're getting stronger, guess what? That's fine. If you're eating too little and you're getting stronger, that's fine too. If you're eating just right and you're getting stronger, that's fine too. So, training and getting stronger in the right way makes everything fine. So, that's the 80%. Then we fix the diet. Darth, I used to like samurai. I used to like samurai. I used to like samgyeopsal before I became vegetarian. God damn, Darth, what did you do? What did you do? Why did you gone and become a vegetarian, man? Give me a reason. Give me 3 good reasons you became vegetarian. No judging though, because I also was vegetarian for a brief while. If you want to eat good Persian food, go to Jack in London. Okay, weeks in advance. You ran into John Cena. Okay, cool, man. Jack. I'll make a note of that because my brother's in London and I'll be going there in October. So Jack, I'll let him know about it. Skyrider, thanks, Wanhee. Fun chatting. If you ever want to ride, hit me. Like people, yeah, cool stuff, Sky. Magnificent sales. How do you like fencing? I'm thinking about getting into that. I know nothing about fencing. I think it's pretty cool. It looks cool. The uniform looks cool. Um, I love how they scream after each like little thing to say I was the one who hit you first. Um, I think fencing's cool. It's a really cool sport. Press is how I hear it pronounced. I look for it on eBay here in the US. Definitely spending at least a couple of hundred on our press stuff. Yeah, Baron Jack, yeah. Yeah, Manifesto. If you're into clothes, check out their clothes and also like if you're into that style, like Komori is good. Komori, another Japanese brand. Yeah. So they're kind of nice as well. Hey man, I've been watching you for some time now. Once again, I'm trying to lose weight. I am 36 years old, 171. At the moment, 123 kilos from 135. That's good, man. You lost already 12. I'm a bit afraid of my skin being too loose. Yeah. Yeah, man. The main thing you got to do is just train well. Like I said just a little bit earlier, you got to get your training down. Okay. Skin being too loose, there's not much you can do about that right now other than just, again, build muscle so the skin looks not loose. That's what's going to make your skin taut is if you have muscle, right? So focus on building muscle. Okay. If you want a routine to do that, you can get my routine in my videos under my videos. Or if you actually want to like do it with me helping you, then you can obviously apply for coaching. There's links for that as well. But yeah, you've done already really well. I would just make sure 100% that you're training right and you're getting stronger. Jason, having a hell of a time trying to lose my gut. Don't really want to lose weight. Been working out for a few years now, been getting harder since around 45. Yeah. That's in 45 years old? Is that how old you are, Jason? Yeah. It does get harder as you get older. It's never gonna get easier, yeah. What do you think of Dr. Berg? I think Dr. Berg, I saw his video once about gallstones or something, but I think that's the only video I watched. I literally don't know enough about him to comment. Hi, Wanhee. You're a big fan from Malaysia. What's up, man? You're one of my fitness idols. Just curious, who do you look up to? Not necessarily fitness and why. There's 2 people I look up to genuinely in the world, and that is one is Jurgen Klopp, who is the ex-manager of Liverpool Football Club, and the other is Hickson Gracie, who is a legend in the jiu-jitsu community. And why is they're just both phenomenal human beings. Jurgen Klopp is the quintessential leader. You know, he came into a club that was in a very bad situation. The fans, the players, everybody was just struggling to live up to expectations, performing under expectations for a decade. And he came in and he's just like, I love this team. We're gonna crush it. If I sit here in 4 years, we're gonna win a title. And he just brought the whole city on the same team with his team. He was not afraid to see and proclaim a vision that everybody was afraid to say and afraid to even want because they thought they would be disappointed, right? And I think that's a sign of a leader, right? A true leader who can um, like have a strong enough vision and self belief to drag a whole city, with you and drag them to the top. So Jurgen Klopp. I'm a fan of Liverpool as well. So if you're a football fan or if you're a fan of Liverpool, you'll just know exactly what I'm talking about right now. And the other guy is Hickson Gracie, who's just like one of the greatest jiu-jitsu athletes of all time. And if you read his book, his autobiography, I believe it's called Breathe. Um, yeah, his life story, the things he went through, it just and the aura that he has, right? Um, and his philosophy that he has a life philosophy, and it's a deep philosophy, but it doesn't come from studying philosophy. It comes from jujitsu, right? So he talks about like how important it is to have base. And base is your ability, like when you grapple and when you wrestle, when you do jujitsu, if you have a weak base, like you get moved around easy. Okay. So your base is your foundation to stay grounded and not be swayed easily. He talks about leverage, how you can use a strong part of your body against a weak part of someone's body, or use the end of the lever to create double, triple the strength to sweep someone. He talks about timing, how the right move used in the wrong time will never work. He talks about weight distribution, where you should put your weight in each moment, right? And all of these principles, as he talks about them, you see just like really, really connections to life. What does it mean to have base in your fitness where you're not getting swayed all the time by like, hey, Wanhee said it was this routine, but Jeff said it was this routine, and Mike Thurston said it was this routine, and my jacked friend suggested this, and oh, my girlfriend like wants to go on runs now. Like, what is it to have your base? And what is the base in your body? It's maybe your core, it's your hips. Do you have strength there? Right? So you're not literally physically pushed around easily. That's why we train fitness, so that we're strong, so we have a strong base. So when you stand there, okay, like when you stand somewhere, do you look like someone that could be just moved easily, moved aside? Or are you like, this isn't to do with necessarily size, even though size can play a role. It's more just that firmness of how you stand and the strength you have in your core. Okay. So you see all of these connections, and you can see that he sees these connections even deeper because of his practice. So I don't know. There's a lot of wisdom in these two guys. I really it's the two guys that I can think of where I'm seeing them, I'm reading their stuff, I'm interacting with the material that they have, and I just look at them and I'm like, fuck, man, like they're awesome dudes. I look up to those guys. They're my idols. Yeah. Not sure if that's what you were expecting. Maybe you were expecting some like YouTuber or something. Komori, yeah. Manifesto Komori is another Japanese brand. That's this one is Komori there, the green one here. Yeah. So I like to just kind of buy some of these items to kind of see what's up. What's up? What is good about the good clothes? Why are they charging you so much money? What is the difference? And I'm sad to say, it is different. You know, this one is like a is a s- is a blend of materials. So they like to blend materials. 90-10. I think this is 10% cashmere, 90% wool. So they made a blend of materials, and it's a check. It's like a charcoal green check, which you can't really see very well. It's like very subtle. So yeah, showing my clothes on the lives is another way to make use of my clothing that I paid for. Is to, hey guys, I got these new clothes, and justify my purchases in my head. But this is yeah, very soft, very just when you get into buying clothes, which I don't recommend you do, because then you just waste a lot, well, not waste, but you just spend a lot of money, right? It's just not a nice hobby to have if you want to take care of your bank account. But you start, like, I used to think like, bro, why would you spend money on that when you can find the exact same thing in Uniqlo for like 1/10 of the price? Like, genuinely. And then, but then when you wear both, you actually see that it is different, and over time you see that it's different. So yeah, if you're into like this stuff, don't let other people guilt trip you into thinking that it's some kind of fucked up behavior to spend a little bit much to get the clothes that you really want. And even if you fail your purchases, you'll learn something. What is your height? Be cash. Go watch my first live. Okay, I tell you my height there. I'm not gonna answer like personal information questions anymore. Agree with training being more important than diet, even though I've fallen off the diet a few times. Yeah. The training and being consistent made the identity of someone who takes fitness seriously. Exactly, exactly, exactly. There's when I coach a client, right? Where I have a bunch of coaching clients that I work with, and whenever they say, I went on this thing and I ate a bit too much, or I fell off my diet, I had a binge eating session, I just go like, yeah, I mean, this happens. What happened? Let's learn from it. Let's move on. When I start to get worried is when they say, I haven't trained for like 2 weeks. That's when it all goes downhill. When somebody's off track and they trying to come back on track, and they say, oh, okay, so I'm gonna get back on my fitness. So I started eating healthy. I started buying these things. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. It's the training. Okay. You got to get your body moving 3 times a week. That's the first way to get back on track. Yeah. Darth, you wrote a whole essay on why you became vegetarian. I'm not even going to read it. Just kidding, Darth. Felt I didn't need to eat meat to get protein. Non-violence. Ah. Indian classifies food into 3 categories: sattva, rajas, tamas. Meat is tamas. Is that like the same as bad? Or Indian sages, elite level, are full veg? Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's deep Indian philosophy. Uh, I went to a meditation retreat that was run by an Indian couple, and it was pretty damn powerful stuff. So, yeah, man. The important thing is you have your own views, you have your own philosophy, okay? And therefore you are a vegetarian, and that's great. I respect that fully. Um, so you just got to find your best way to achieve your goals within that framework. 100% possible. This is why all the tips that I give on the diet, it's never like, oh, do this diet in terms of like, eat meat or eat this or do carnivore. It's always principle based, concept based, so that you can apply it whatever diet you have. Hi there. I went from bad blood work where kidneys and liver and blood was getting all wrong as an XX sportsman after about 20 years of sedentary life to amazing blood work in 29 kilograms less. Amazing. Well done, Brunon. Yeah. And I want to thank you because simplifying the training part of it is the only way to go and keep it steady. I love your approach and I'm converted to it. Thank you. Bronan, thank you for the kind words, man. And what you achieved there, amazing. 29 kg less and sorting out your blood work. That's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. I feel like in fitness, you spend your 20s or teens and 20s thinking like, I want to get jacked because I want to become more attractive, right? Um, and then in the 30s, you kind of wake up to it that it's like the health matters a lot. Um, yeah, at least that's been the journey for me. And who knows what I'll realize in my 40s. Kind of also origins origins from the Book of Five Rings in regards to having the right timing and a clear mind. Not sure what that book's about. Never heard of it. Um, yeah. How do those clothes fit in terms of sizing? How tall are you? Um, how tall are you? I guys, stop asking my height. I'm 175 centimeters, which is like 5'9", 5'8", 5'9". I think it's 5'9". How do those clothes fit? This fits normally, doesn't it? I can wear this without a t-shirt. This just fits normal. Okay. This is a size 3. But I have pretty massive shoulders, as you know. Nah, just kidding. I think the thing with these Japanese brands, by the way, Komori and Aprese, is like you can get a certain size, but it won't be the same size across different clothes. So that fucks you up. So you'll get a size 3 and you'll be like, I'm a size 3 in this brand. And you'll get another item size 3, it'll be completely different. So it's a little bit fucked. You got to actually look at the dimensions and like the numbers they actually put and figure that out. Okay? Because some some clothes, the brands are very intentional about how they want it to fit on you. You know, like this silk cardigan is a size 3, but they want it to fit very like slightly roomy and oversized a little bit, like kind of drapey. So they made it bare long, like big. You know, when I got it, I was like, this thing is huge. Whereas this same size 3, sometimes the Komori size 3, sometimes the shirts will go down like, whoo, like way down here, right? So you gotta know your dimensions, shoulder to shoulder, the length and all that. Hi, me from Japan. What's up, man? We're talking about Japanese clothing brands right now. I'll do fasting for 2 days. Please share some advice. I have no advice for that. Drink lots of water, stay healthy. I never fasted for 2 days in my life, except maybe in the military training. Nice, Brian. Yeah. Hey, man, watch your videos on fitness and its correlation with human emotions. Human emotions. What I want to ask is how regret and shame actually hold you back in fitness as well as other aspects of life. God damn, that's a deep ass question for a Sunday night. How is regret and shame holding you back in fitness? Let me get some water. Okay. Jesus. That's a deep question. Answer in the chat, guys. Do that. Give us some wisdom here. How does regret and shame hold you back in fitness? While I get some water. What's up, guys? Got myself some almond milk from Denmark. Has 25 calories per 100 milliliter, and it has about a liter. So the whole thing has 238 calories. The whole thing, which it tastes so good. It's almost like dessert drinking this. So 230 calories, 240 calories. It's pretty good. Sometimes you get these like low calorie ice cream, like where the whole tub is 300 calories. And you're like, wait, I can have a whole tub of ice cream and it's 300 calories and I can lose weight. So let me have it. And I will be doing that. I'll do that in one of these lives, actually. I'll actually get one of those very like low calorie freaking ice cream tubs this big and finish the whole thing during the live and still lose weight. This, by the way, for those of you interested, I know nobody's interested, but fuck it. I got this glass. I bought this recently. There's a vintage shop near where I live, like a secondhand shop. It sells clothes, but also things like this. And when I went in there, the guy was playing like French radio. Like blah 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 blah. Can I please like? And it's the stuff that I used to listen when I was living in France. Like you never hear this in Korea. So I talked to him. I was like, what's up with this like French radio? And he was like, I used to live in France, blah blah blah. And this shop, honestly, it's a gem. Like, first of all, Koreans are afraid of wearing color, generally speaking. So they'll be wearing mostly blacks and stuff, which means clothing shops tend to stock these colors. But this guy has all the colors. Like French people love to wear all kinds of colors, right? Pastels, especially in the south of France, right? So he'll have like all the colors, and the price is so like so good, very low, in fact, for the quality. Um, so I love this secondhand place. I buy stuff from there all the time. And is there something I bought from? Not right now, but I buy stuff from there all the time. And I went in there and I saw these glass, like these two of these, like what do you call these glasses? Glasses. And then I was like, this reminds me of Europe. This reminds me of like Italy, and when you go to like a restaurant in Europe, they put these like weird cups, glass cups, and like you can have wine in this or water in this. You'd never have almond milk and something like this, but I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I kind of like this. So I was looking at it. There was three, and then it became two. So some other guy bought one glass, which is really weird. So I was like, can't have another guy take the other two. So I bought it. And now I'm drinking almond milk on it. Fucking hell. All right. Who watches Inglorious Bastards? Who liked that movie? Where did I get to? Regret and shame. Jesus. Listen, Sajar. Regret and shame holds you back in fitness. It's so deep. I don't want to go into it right now, but regret and regret and anxiety about the future, those are both forms of stress, okay? And stress makes you eat more. Stress makes you eat more. Do you agree? Sajal, put in the chat. Stress makes you eat more. Most cases. In some cases it makes you eat less, but stress normally makes you eat more. So regret, anxiety about the future, regret about the past, these are forms of stress that will make you eat to avoid the feeling. Shame is the worst emotion. Okay? Shame, guilt and shame, but shame is worse than guilt. It's like self hate, self loathing, and then shame. Shame is like the lowest emotion you can feel. So it's like stress of a deeper level. Yeah. So that should tell you everything. Fasting helps your body recover and become more efficient and repair damage. Yeah, autophagy. Is that how you pronounce it? Fasting clears out dead cells, makes you healthier. He has his own base. What do you mean? Like, think about it. Think about the concept of base, guys. Do you have a strong base? Do you have a strong base physically in your core and your obliques? So if I shove you or if somebody kind of pushes you, like you can kind of stay firm in your space. Do you have that? Like when you do jujitsu, do you get just thrown around easily? That means you have no base. In life, do you have strong opinions based on experience, suffering, success, failure? Do you have thick skin? Do you have a self belief and philosophy that is your base? Or what is your profession? What is your line of work? What does it mean to have base in there? And so think about these concepts are very they seem like very simple concepts, but when you start applying it across disciplines, it gets really interesting. Also things like leverage, timing, weight distribution, connection, you know. A sign of a white belt in jiu-jitsu is when he wants to do something, he'll grab it, right? He'll grab the gi and he wants to do something. But if there's no connection, like you're it's not taught. It's not taught. There's slack. So he thinks he's pulling you, but he's pulling nothing. Okay? So creating connection is grabbing it, or creating connection with your body is pushing it so that when you exert force, it actually transfers to the opponent. And the opposite is when the opponent wants to exert force to kill the connection, to not have that connection, so he cannot use his nerding out on jujitsu ideas. But my point is, you can extrapolate from these concepts to different areas of life. Bass, how low can you go? What do you mean, man? Any recommendations for girls on dress in minimal style? Um, any recommendations for girls on dress in minimal style? I guess you mean any recommendations how to dress in a minimal style for girls, right? So, um, I think the principles again kind of apply for men and women. So obviously, I don't know like dresses and skirts and like all that stuff, but I would say, generally speaking, if you stick to um like fundamental colors, I call them seven fundamental colors: white, black, beige, brown, khaki, like military green, navy, and gray. Okay. So if you stick to these colors as like 80% of the wardrobe, everything will go with everything. Okay. And then if you just try to choose quality items in the styles that you want, right? I think that's the first step. Yeah. I'm sorry I can't do better than that. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. If you, yeah, that is, I can't give better advice than this for now because it's such a broad term. Like, what does it mean to be minimal style? Like, there is actually minimal style, as in, there's maybe American casual style, like, there is a Japanese interpretation of American casual, there is formal clothing, there is military based clothing, there is workwear, there is streetwear, and then there's minimal, right? Like, maybe brands like The Row, the brand The Row, another ridiculously overpriced brand. The Row. If you go and look at The Row, like that's a style. That's a genuine style, right? It's like minimal detail, clean cut, focused on just the thing, the function, the shape, it's a certain style. I don't really know much about that style. When I talk about minimalist style and minimal style, what I mean is like it's easy to do. You don't spend too much time thinking about what to wear. You just wear whatever and it kind of works. and it's not trying too hard and going too crazy to try and impress people. That's what I call minimalist style. If you think about it, it's very similar to my fitness philosophy. I don't want to train so much in the gym and think about training all the time. I don't want to obsess about protein. I don't want to get huge and jacked and show people how big I am. I just want a nice looking body that's easy to get, that you can maintain, and it will look good all year, right? That's basically what I want in style and fashion. Because I don't like fashion and style and all this enough to think about it all the time. It's just what the hell? Like it's just wasting time, right? So I just want an easy way for things to work. And one of the easiest ways in the sphere of color is to just first of all make the base the 80% of those fundamental colors, and then you add your little point or your little accent. And then when you find certain combos and colors that work for you, try to go with the highest quality you can get, even if that means spending a lot more. Yeah, does that make sense, Unjira? I hope that helps. Probably doesn't help. Like girls usually know a lot about fashion, more than me anyway. Deadshot. Hey Wanhee, can you please do a full day in the life video, including your grocery shopping and how we can achieve an aesthetic physique? Yeah, sure, Deadshot. I'll do everything you ask. No, just did one, man. I just did literally a day in the life where I don't show grocery shopping, but I show you what I eat and how I train. So stay tuned on my YouTube channel. I'll be dropping that. Are there any uniquely Korean takes or insights on philosophy? Also, what is your take on it? I'm not too familiar with East Asian philosophy. Um, I studied philosophy in England and in France. So no, I don't know much about Korean philosophy, I'm afraid. Yeah. There's a guy who's like kind of there's Byung-Chul Han. Han Byung-Chul is a Korean, like he's based in Germany, but he's a Korean philosopher, I guess, who's getting a bunch of attention. But I never really read his books, so if you're into that, you could check him out. Where do you buy your clothes? I buy them in the brand stores, for instance. You could go to the brand stores, press it, Komori, or select shops. Select shops are shops that select clothes for you, and then you go and buy them. Or in secondhand shops, or on secondhand marketplaces. eBay, Korea has its own versions. Yeah. So those would be the kind of four main sources. Sorry, I asked in chat before you first mentioned that you prefer not to say your height. No, it's all good, man. Relax. Um, I read a long time ago. Wait, where am I? Dude, what the hell is this Book of Five Rings? God damn it, this isn't some book recommendations there. What Book of Five Rings? Um, where? Okay. Sir, thanks for the video. Yeah, cheers, man. Miguel. You're 15 years old. It's too late, man. You should go to bed. Japanese clothing tends to be notorious small in my experience. Yeah, a lot of the time they will be. So yeah, if you want to buy it, you gotta do your own research. Um, you guys just chatting books. Maybe don't. Are you an ENTP? Blue Marlin. Blue Marlin. Why do you want to know my MBTI, mate? What is yours? Put yours, Blue Marlin. What makes you think I'm an E and an N and a T and a P? Okay, put that in the chat. Why do you think I'm ENTP? It has a lot to do with the way of the warrior. Yeah. What is your favorite Asian Korean dessert? Papingsu. You know what that is, Tara? Do you know what that is? Papingsu is freaking delicious. We all like Inglorious Bastards, yeah. There's a scene where they drink the milk, right? Landa drinks the milk. Un verre de lait. Thanks for your videos. Main question is, how do you manage balance growing muscle while eating at a deficit? Workouts need a surplus for muscle growth or else fatigue. My name is Guy. Dude, um, you want to eat at a deficit that is not too big. That's the short answer, okay? Um, I can eat at a deficit and it doesn't cause fatigue. You got to train in the right way that is intense, but doesn't cause you the kind of fatigue where you feel like you're burning out and you're super tired. Okay? Yeah. Hakagure is another one. Hello, Wanhee. Greeting from Indonesia. What's up, Songpog Mobile? Tai Chi has interesting philosophy regarding meeting force and having base grounding. Yeah. Yeah. AP here. Hi, Wanhee. If things are so simple, then why do people complicate and obsess over stuff so much? What are you talking about? If things are so simple, then why do people complicate and obsess over stuff so much? I don't know. What specific domain are you talking about? I'm more into that minimalist philosophy now too. Dior, 100%. INFJ here. Hi, Wani. Just wanted to say thanks for the great content over the past couple of years. I've been doing body recomp and a life glow up, and this channel has been a good motivator. Yeah, nice, man. Ian Grant. Yeah. Maybe, is this the Ian that, yeah. Yeah, man. Thanks. Glad you got good value out of it. And let me know what kind of content you want to see going forward. What kind of topics. I'm noticing because a lot of people are interested in the style and fashion videos, but when I'm on these lives, actually, I guess we had a bunch of chat about style and fashion. We don't get as many questions on that. I guess maybe we did. Fitness, fashion, and life, maybe a good spread. Um, on Jira, thank you, and he don't underestimate yourself on fashion. You are right on point. Yeah, yeah, nice. I'm INTP. You simply strike me as an ENTP. Yeah, you out there, Blue Mullen, judging people based on their ENTP, MBTI. You know, I will say no comment on that. What's your fave song to hype yourself up during a workout? Favorite song to hype myself up during a workout? I don't have one. I genuinely don't have one. I listen to audiobooks when I work out. Just fitness and life in general, like it's the basics of getting them right is a good way. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about the basics. Your body isn't simple as much as some people love to package it into a one size fits all. The body isn't simple as much as some people love to package it. Yeah. Can you enlighten me on concept of failure, like which sets to hit it? Snorlax, you gotta phrase your question better. What are you talking about? Makes absolutely no sense. I like all your content. The foundation is how to get that aesthetic and healthy body. Um, as you have to look good out of clothes to look good in clothes. The style content is the sweet bonus you offer. Yeah, man, I'm glad you like it. Glad you like it. A video, literally, I think I just dropped a video 5 minutes ago. It's been scheduled to go out. This one's about setting boundaries, which I think is one of the most important uh, skills, meta skills for you if you want to get fit and lean, right? You got to get better at setting boundaries. So if you want to know how to do that, check out that video. Leave a like, leave a nice comment, right? Help me out, guys. Do you have a favorite cologne? I don't. I'm not a big cologne person. Yeah. Do we hit all sets to failure or the last set? Don't go to failure, okay? Go as close to failure without failing. Yeah. As close to failure without failing. Yeah. Finally, I caught up with chat. Yeah. Nice. Now I can have a little breather. Yeah. I think as I get better at lives. I think because I think live streaming is also a skill where it's not like the content recorded and edited, or it's a skill, right? Streaming and lives. And it's something that I'm doing to kind of put myself outside of my comfort zone to kind of get better at this. And yeah, I think part of the skill is just being comfortable with the silence as well, just when I watch some of these lives that I watch, like there's just kind of casual lulls in the convo and being at ease with that. I'm kind of talking to myself here, but I think that's kind of important. Just like a normal convo, just kind of chilling, letting things be. Yeah. People romanticize too much about philosophy. Just keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. Yeah. Do they romanticize too much about philosophy? I don't know, man. I don't think enough people actually do philosophy or like philosophy or read philosophy or think about it. I don't mean that in some condescending way. I genuinely don't meet that many people that like philosophy. I meet more people that are like, um, I don't see the point of all that fancy thinking. I meet more people like that, like, oh, why would you think like that? Like, life is too busy. The way you create content and speak during your videos is just really great. It's been a very nice journey to be part of your YouTube family. Thanks, brother. What kind of content do you want to see going forward? Leave in the chat. What formats? What kind of styles? A Korean's nice to foreigners. I am Pakistani if I want to visit. Are Koreans nice to foreigners is a very it's a very broad question, right? Like, I guess I know what you're trying to ask, but it's whatever I answer just makes it into a kind of sweeping statement. Koreans, some Koreans are nice to foreigners. Some Koreans are not nice to foreigners. It's like all countries. That's what I'll say. Sujith Dusa, what is your suggestion to a 26-year-old male working in tech remotely with no dating life? Yeah. Yeah, man. You kind of dropped the bomb at the end there, right? What is your suggestion to a 26-year-old male working in tech, has a da da da, and like da 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 with no dating life? So I guess the question is like, what's your suggestion about the fact that you have no dating life, or about your fitness? I guess it's about the dating life. 26-year-old male working in tech, remote with no dating life, is go out and meet women. Okay. If you're remotely working and you don't know how to meet women, then you should go out where there are women and try to talk to them. That would be my suggestion. I was thinking about trying BJJ, but then I realized I might get injured or bruised and scratched face. And as an office worker, I realized I may be a bit of a wimp. Is BJJ hard for newbies? Maybe you are a bit of a wimp, Ian. What you gonna do, man? I like to wear those gi burns as like proudly as marks of uh, battle. Yeah, but I understand. Yeah, if you're an office worker, you don't want to be showing up with like scratched out faces and all that. But it's not really going to happen that often. Happens maybe once a month, and only if you spar really hard. Um, is it hard for newbies? Yeah, it is hard. It is hard for newbies because you'll find that you're just getting crushed by people all the time that you think you should be beating. So it is hard. But the whole like face bruising up, that happens like once every 2 months, once every month. I wouldn't worry about it. We love you, bro. We love the chill. Yeah, cool. Go out and mingle, says Iman. Yeah. Is it possible to work out with a herniated disc like doing squats and deadlifts? Yeah, real Toji. Basically, I mean, it's hard to. I'm not going to give medical advice. Like, it depends on the severity of the condition and everything. But a lot of the situation with herniated disc, protruding discs, all of this stuff, like, if we just took everybody here, okay, everyone that's, let's say, over 30, like, all of us with x-rays will have some kind of disc problem, okay? But not all of us experience pain, because pain is not just physical. Okay, it's psychological, it's social. Okay, and this is called a biopsychosocial model of pain in pain science. If you want to learn a bit about this, go watch the guys at Barbell Medicine. They'll talk about this a lot. And like, one of the best ways to actually recover from back pain and like herniated disc, protruding disc and stuff is to make your back stronger with back exercises. It's crazy. It sounds crazy because when you have this situation, the thought of bending forward, just like, it's the scariest thing. And also everyone's like, oh my God, you got to just rest and can't do anything. But if you just sit on your ass all day, the pain just, for me, the pain just stayed, and like sometimes it traveled down my legs. And it was only when I started doing deadlifts gradually, very gradually, that the pain went away. Um, I think, did I have a herniated disc, or was it a, yeah, it was a protruding disc in L5S1. Fitness has been the base of your channel, so building upon that and including more about lifestyle, fashion, plus these chill live streams too. Yeah, you think that's a good thing, man? Yeah. I don't know why I'm asking you, but yeah, let's let's keep things fun. I think it's important always to kind of not obsess so much about the results, right? In the case of content, it's like the views, the response you get, how many people show up to the lives, how many people love the content, like all of this stuff. It's just like, it's good, but if you focus too much on that, I think you can get really, really stuck and you develop wrong relationships with the craft itself, right? So I think always when you feel stuck in something, try to ask yourself, how can I make it fun again? How can I, just give myself a little break? And this will bring the fun back. Just you deciding, how can I make it fun again? You asking that question oftentimes will bring the fun back. Yeah. How much weight and impact does facial hair have on your look? Do you pick outfits differently for a clean shaven look, stubble, or a full beard? Facial hair and your hairstyle have a very big impact on your look. They do. I do not change my outfit differently for a different level of beard. I don't do that. Uh, I don't. I don't. I don't. I have this concept which I'll share in one of the videos. It's called trousers of the week. Okay, where I'll choose like trousers. I guess you call them pants in the U.S., right? The trousers, and I'll kind of force myself to wear the same thing the whole week. Okay, and it's decided, so I can just change the top if I want to. Sometimes I'll wear the same top, t-shirt maybe not, but the same like shirt or whatever. And that's all because I just don't want to think too much about what to wear. Da, 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 da. You got to understand that I talk about this other thing, which is like with style and fashion, especially with dudes, okay, not to make it gendered, but especially if you're a guy, the more you love style, the less stylish, like good you look in a way. You know what I mean? Because the thing that makes you look good is your vibe, is your competence, is your confidence, is the thing you do in your clothes. It's the way you speak and move and think and exist regardless of clothes. That's really what makes you like look good. Like look good, right? But the moment you become really stylish, like really fashionable stylish, or like you really dress well, or you matched it perfectly, and you're really stylish, like all these guys in these freaking London hip areas, and like really fashionable dudes. The subtext somewhere in there is, why are you doing all of this? Why do you need to dress this well? Like, why do you have all this time? You know what I'm talking about? There should be something more important in your life, right? There should be something that is bigger than the clothes that you're obsessed about. And that's what will make your clothes look good. So it's a very, very weird paradox, in my opinion, of style and fashion. And I don't know if I can say the same for women, but especially for dudes that are like into style, like, like matching your facial hair with your look and all this kind of stuff. Like, of course, we want to think about it, and like, we do want to dress well. Like, it's better to dress well than not, I think. But understand that the subtext of you being really stylish is like, why do you have all that time to focus on the clothes? Like, don't you have more important things to think about? If you're Jesus, wait, the chat moved up again. Let me scroll down. Good morning, good evening, sir. Good evening here, Cindy. What's up? If you were skinny fat right now, your goal is aesthetic physique. What would you choose, bulk and then cut, or lean bulk? I would do recomp. So, um, I would wait skinny fat. Skinny fat, I would lean bulk. Depends what you mean by skinny fat. Okay, if your arms are skinny, usually it means you should lean bulk. If your arms are fat or chubby, you should cut, as in recomp. A guy here in London told me that some BJJ people don't wash their gi kit and are often very into weed. So I should be prepared for some smelly guys and the stoner culture. I don't know about the stoner culture, but yeah, don't wash their gi. I don't think I've met. I mean, some people stink. I'll give you that, but I don't know if it's because they don't wash their gi. And never met like stoner or stoner culture in London when I was doing BJJ there for like a month plus. So I was there for a while. Yep, 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 yep. Who knows what that is? Yep, yep. Come on, put in the chat. Who knows what it is? Yep, yep. Been here since the first video 3 to 4 years ago, the fat to lean one. Wow. So this channel of yours feels really personal. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Good on you. Staying with me for 3 to 4 years. Remember back in those days. Jesus Christ. Back in those days. Good times. Any future plans to launch an app or website? Developer here. Launching an app, like, I don't know. I technically have an app because I use this platform called school.com, which has an app. And it's very intuitive. People can access the routine, they can access my form videos, they can join my coaching calls. Like, it's pretty full on. So I don't know if I need a separate app. Um, yeah. I think when you're in your 30s, like the minimalist lifestyle becomes very easy, or is it just me? Yeah, in some ways, King Kong, that's right. And it's because in your 30s, you start to realize A, that you have less energy, and B, that a lot of those like wondering and trying stuff in your 20s was to find out what you really liked and disliked. And you become more firm in your liking and your disliking. And you've lived a bit of life, right? To know what's kind of good for you, what's not good for you, what kind of friends fit you, what kind of friends don't. So it's easier to cut them off. And you have usually better finances, so you can afford to do that. And it all kind of boils down. So that doesn't mean many people do live a minimalist lifestyle, but in some ways it does become easier. Yeah. Sometimes guys with a lot of expensive clothes aren't looked at as that stylish. Yeah, looking stylish and buying expensive clothes, they're not the same thing. Yeah, you know, I think better quality clothing, which tend to be more expensive, are better clothes. But what makes you stylish is how you wear it. Is how you wear it. The the aura, for lack of a better term, that comes out of you as you wear that thing. That's what makes you stylish. It's not the price tag. Okay. There's nothing worse than a guy who's pasted himself in expensive clothes and he's eager for you to see that they're expensive, right? You never look at those guys and think they're stylish. A lot of the time when you think somebody's stylish, you literally look at them and you don't even know why. Like you're not even sure why. And you won't even say like, "Oh, it's like he matched this color really well." Like all of that fades into the background and you're not sure necessarily what brands he wore. It's just like a moment, a thing where you're like, "He looks kind of good." So it's but then we can't say it's not the clothes, you know? Like he could be dressed in like Teletubby outfit and we wouldn't say it's stylish. So it is the clothes, but it isn't. That's what the art of dressing well, that's what that video was about. If you want to kind of see me deep dive into these concepts, like the video, not the one that just dropped, but last week's video about the art of dressing well, I go into that. Yeah. Love you vids. Oh man, those days. Yeah. Yip yip. Yip yip. Nobody knows what yip yip is. Yip yip is the sound Aang makes in the last airbender to get Appa, his spirit animal, to fly. Yes, it becomes easy, especially when you get your own place. Would you visit Vietnam? Maybe. Maybe Vietnam. I was skinny fat. It depends on fat or how skinny. Yeah. There is something crawling on the wall behind you. What the fuck? There's something crawling on the wall? Zuraj, do you want to get kicked? Do you want to get kicked? You lying? I might have to kick you, Zuraj. But I actually think there was because I have seen a bug earlier on today, so I'll let you off this time. Do you think lean physique is good for a 5'6" person or a bit more bulk? Yeah, depends on how much muscle you have. If you were to start in YouTube in 2026, what would you do differently? Start in 2026, what would I do differently? Not much. Not much. Pretty happy with how I went about YouTube when I started. I think it's the intrinsic personality and substance that carries the style, which comes naturally. It's both, one carries the other. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Intrinsic personality and substance. I wouldn't say it's necessarily substance. Yeah, but it's like a weird thing, right? Because in some respects, fitness can be a science. There's a science of building muscle. There's a science of losing weight, and in many ways, it can come down to numbers and actual, you know, the formula of it. With style and fashion, that exists surely. It does exist, but there's a much larger chunk of the domain that is aesthetics, that is taste, and it's something that cannot strictly be called a science. And that's why it's hard for us to nail it down and describe. All right. We're probably going to wrap it up in about 5 to 10 minutes, coming up to 2 hours. Kind of liking the 2 hours, 2 hour mark. This is kind of where I feel good. Wanhee, what makes you happy, man? What makes me happy? Um, that's a good question. What makes me happy is, first of all, working at something and it working. Like if you work hard at something and it works, like YouTube or business or whatever it is, dating or whatever. It's just like good. That makes me happy. I think obviously like everyone, just spending quality time doing stuff you like, that makes me happy. Um yeah, I think I think in some ways happiness like is to be shared, right? So like I was in a fancy hotel and I was like I wouldn't be happy if I was here alone, right? Like, have you ever like made like a really good meal and you sat there eat it by yourself? Like you cooked it and it's fucking delicious, but you're eating it by yourself and you're like, oh shit. And you take a photo, you send it to a friend because you like even that you want to share, right? That just shows you that maybe you don't mind that, but I would feel like so much better if I shared that meal with somebody. So yeah, sharing a good plate of pasta with someone I like with good conversation, that's pretty much it. How much British culture sensibilities do you think you absorbed? You definitely feel to me like you soaked up some of our mindset. I'm a lifelong Londoner. What's up, Ian? Yeah, man. I lived in England since I was about 11 to 23, 22. So if chapter one is Korea, chapter two is UK. When I land in Heathrow and I smell that British air slash concrete, it feels like home. Part of me feels like it's home. When I speak to English people and they have that classic Englishness, I feel at home. I recognize it. I'm not estranged by it, offended by it. I'm at ease. Um, so I definitely did soak up a bunch of British culture and mindset. I like, I like, you know. At the same time, there's a lot of Korean in me, and the Korean side is a lot more impulsive. It's a lot more emotional. It's a lot more communitarian. It's a lot more up in your shit, less individualistic in a way. Maybe closer to French and Italian in that sense, in terms of the sensibility. So, yeah, we could say I'm a hybrid. Do you engage with world events and or domestic politics on any level? Um, Not really. Not really. Yeah, not really. I mean, I vote. That's it. Uh, Say your best dad joke. Tara, I'm gonna have to kick you. All right. I have to put you on timeout. Happiness is way more when shared. Yeah. I think most great experiences need someone to be there with you. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Throw in your last questions. We're going to wrap it up. Last round of questions or whatever. And then we're going to wrap it up. It's 11:30. Going to wind down. Was another fun live. I mean, what the hell is going on? Just speaking for 2 hours straight. Yapping, yipping, yapping. Chilling. Deluxe in it. Just deluxe in it. All right, last questions. All good? Hello from Canada. What's up, Tyler? Gonna wrap up. You came right at the end. Ian Grant, favorite Pokemon and why? What kind of question is that, man? In this quality live where we talk about improving lifestyle and fitness, you going out there asking me my favorite Pokemon. Fuck's sake, Ian. It's Gengar, okay? Because he's the one that comes up on the game. I used to love the games. Do you think it's important to pursue a deep life? And what is your definition of it? Uh, that's too deep. Okay, Armand, you clearly want me to stay here for another 2 hours. I don't know what a deep life is. Okay, and I don't know if it's important to pursue one. That's too deep. That's too deep of a question. All right, guys, right on the 2 hour mark. we're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for joining in. Most likely see you next week if I don't have something crazy planned. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out my latest video. If you enjoy these lives, let me know. Let us know in the comments as well, and I may keep these going because I'm certainly having fun most of the time. So cool, guys. See ya.